Okay, guys, today we're going to discuss Module 4, Lesson D. The title of the lesson is Way of Life. Way of Life. It's page 54. 54. Open your book, page 54. Open your book, page 54. Open your book, page 54. For D, Way of Life. So today we're going to discuss Module 4, Lesson D, Way of Life. Number 1, reading. Discuss. This is the first question. Discuss. We're going to discuss this first question. What do you know about Alaska? Do you know Alaska? Do you know Alaska?
State.
Yeah. A state. A state in which country? A state in which country? In which country?
America, I think.
Yeah, it's one of the American states. So it's an American state. What do you know about Alaska? Alaska is an American state. B. Read the text about the Inuit in Alaska and answer the questions that follow. So read the text about Inuit in Alaska and answer the questions that follow. Alaska natives. Do you know the meaning of natives? What the meaning of natives? Inuit are people who live in Alaska. Alaska natives. Natives are the native. It means a person who lives in an area. So this is the native. The native or America are the inhabitants who live in America. The native in Saudi Arabia are the people who live in Saudi Arabia. So natives معناها السكان الأصليين in an area or a country. So here you have 2 minutes to read the following passage, and then we're going to listen to the tab script. You have 2 minutes to read the passage.
السلام عليكم استاذ، ما حضرتني، ما حبيت اقاطعك.
مين؟
عبد العزيز المسعود.
ماشي. اي صف؟
ولا سادس.
استاذ انت محضر محمد الخريف مكتوب في الشات.
الخريف بيجي دايما وبيمشي. ولا كام عبد العزيز المسعود؟ سادس؟
ولا سادس. محمد العبيد استاذ ولا ثامن.
ماشي اوكي. انا عندي العدد 19. انا يعني هم 19 واحد بس هم اللي موجودين. ازاي 19 وانا دلوقتي كاتب اكتر من 26 اسم؟ يعني ازاي؟
فوت بالاسامي اللي مو موجود اشطب عليه.
Okay. Now listen to the tab script for this passage.
4D. Way of life. 1. Reading. Alaska natives. Alaska, the largest state of the USA, will definitely impress the traveler with spectacular landscapes and a unique climate. But if you met the inhabitants, you would realize that Alaska offers more than just pretty views. It also gives visitors a fascinating opportunity to meet wonderful people and a culture very different from their own.
Okay, listen again to the passage.
4D. Way of life. 1. Reading.
Alaska natives. Alaska, the largest state of the USA, will definitely impress the traveler with spectacular landscapes and a unique climate. But if you met the inhabitants, you would realize that Alaska offers more than just pretty views. It also gives visitors a fascinating opportunity to meet wonderful people and a culture very different from their own.
So the first part of the passage is about Alaska. Alaska is the largest of the USA. The USA will the spectacular landscape. So the first word here, spectacular, in landscape. What does the word landscape mean? Landscape here. So here, the first word here is landscapes. Landscapes means all the visible features of an area of land, or all the visible features of an area of land. اللي هي المناظر الطبيعية اللي احنا ممكن نشوفها اسمها landscapes. The second word is spectacular. Spectacular is an adjective. Spectacular means beautiful. So here, Alaska, the largest state of the United States of the USA, will definitely impress the traveler. Impress معناها ان هي تبهر او تعجب الايه traveler المسافرين with the spectacular landscapes and a unique climate. Unique معناها وحيد من نوعه او فريد من نوعه. Climate. Climate it means all the weather conditions اللي هي الاحوال الجويه او المناخ. But if you met the inhabitants are people who live in Alaska, you would realize that Alaska offers more than just pretty views. بيقول لك هتلاقي ان Alaska offers بتعرض more than just pretty views اكثر من الايه يعني عندها اكثر من المناظر الطبيعيه. It also gives visitors a fascinating opportunity. Fascinating معناها beautiful ايضا ومبهج معناها مبهج. Opportunity معناها فرصة to meet wonderful people and a culture very different from their own. ويقابلوا كمان ثقافات الناس اللي بيروحوا ألاسكا بيقابلوا كمان ثقافات مختلفة عن ثقافتهم. The last word in this passage is inhabitants. أنا قلت inhabitants, inhabitants or inhabitant for the singular is a person who lives in an area. هو شخص في منطقة معينة بنقول عليه inhabitant. طيب, this is the first passage. The second passage you have 3 minutes to read it quickly.
Inupiat, who live in the north and north. One of the many peoples of Alaska are the Inupiat, who live in the north and northwestern areas of the state. Most Inupiat people live in small villages that have been around for hundreds of years. Others live in larger towns, like Barrow, which is the most northern city in Alaska and the United States. In Barrow, temperatures can drop to minus 49 degrees Celsius in winter. Also, because North Alaska is very close to the North Pole, it is completely dark for more than 2 months in winter, and between May and August, there is constant daylight.
Okay, listen again to read the passage while listening to the audio, okay? Read the passage silently while listening to the audio.
One of the many peoples of Alaska are the Inupiat, who live in the north and northwestern areas of the state. Inupiat people live in small villages that have been around for hundreds of years. Others live in larger towns, like Barrow, which is the most northern city in Alaska and the United States. In Barrow, temperatures can drop to minus 49 degrees Celsius in winter. Also, because North Alaska is very close to the North Pole, it is completely dark for more than 2 months in winter, and between May and August, there is constant.
The passage. What are the new words here? We have here village. Alaska are the Inuit. It are the people who live in Alaska, who live in the north and northwestern areas. بيعيشوا في المناطق الشمالية والمناطق الشمال الغربي والمناطق الشمالية الغربية of the state. Most Inuit people live in small بيعيش small villages. Do you know the meaning of village? What does the word village mean? Village, okay. Village, it means a self-contained district or community within a town or city. اللي هي معناها village هنا معناها القرى، بيعيشون في قرى اللي هم مين؟ الإنوبيت اللي هم السكان ألاسكا that have been around for hundreds of years. القرى دي قليلها ايه؟ مئات السنين. Others live in larger towns. في بعض منهم تاني بيعيش في larger towns مدن أكبر like Paro, which is the most northern city in Alaska. زي مدينة ايه؟ بارو اللي هي which is the most northern city in Alaska. في أقصى شمال مدينة ألاسكا and the United States والولايات المتحدة. هنا بقى بارو temperatures can drop to 49 Celsius in winter. ممكن ينزل لأقل من 49 درجة تحت الصفر. Also because North Alaska is very close to North Pole لأنها أيضا الولاية دي قريبة من النورث بول اللي هو القطب الشمالي. It's completely dark for more than 2 months. هي أيضا بتكون مظلمة لأكثر من شهرين. هنا عندك كلمة the word months has s. فيها اس في الآخر علشان كده ما ننطقش th ننطق الاس على طول فنقول month مش month. In winter في الشتاء. And between مايو وأغسطس constant daylight في ضوء نهار. طيب بس هنا we have the adjective constant. Do you know the meaning of constant? Who can give me the meaning of constant? طيب constant it means occurring continuously over a period of time. يعني شيء بيحدث بشكل مستمر. Occurring continuously over a period of time. Occurring continuously over a period of time معناها يحدث بشكل مستمر. طيب. This is the last passage today. You have 2 minutes to read it quickly. Okay, guys, now listen to the audio for this passage.
The Inupiat are peaceful people with a lot of respect for the environment and their traditions. Inupiat villagers rely on hunting and salmon fishing for their survival. Their prey is normally caribou, fish, especially salmon, and whales. While the men go hunting or fishing, the women either work or stay at home and make warm clothes for their families. Sharing is very important for the Inupiat, and when the men catch a whale, each member of the community will be given some. Alaska is a special place, and it makes visitors wish they could go back. Also, a land of diversity. One thing is for sure, you've never seen anything like it.
Okay, listen again to the audio and try to guess the meaning of the new words.
The Inupiat are peaceful people with a lot of respect for the environment and their traditions. Inupiat villagers rely on hunting and salmon fishing for their survival. Their prey and whales.
Okay, I think so. Here, the Inupiat are peaceful people. Do you know the meaning of the word?
Whales.
The word peaceful.
While the men go hunting or fishing, the women either work or stay at home and make warm clothes for their family. Sharing is very important for the Inupiat, and when the men catch a whale, each member of the community will be given some. Alaska is a special place, and it makes visitors wish they could go back. Some say it's the land of diversity. One thing is for sure, you've never seen anything like it.
Okay, do you know the meaning of the word peaceful here? Inupiat are peaceful people. What does the word peaceful mean? Okay, the word peaceful means not involving war or violence. معناها منطقة آمنة. Not involving war or violence. معناها لا تتضمن حروب أو فيها عنف. منطقة بتكون آمنة. The second word here is survival. The word survival means the state or fact of continuing to live or exist. The state or fact of continuing to live or exist. معناها الاستمرار على قيد الحياة. So the passage says that the Inupiat are peaceful people. اللي بيلعب يا شباب معلش في Inupiat are peaceful people, ناس مسالمين with a lot of respect. وهم محترمين for the environment. بيحترمون البيئة and their traditions وكمان بيحترمون تقاليدهم. Inupiat villagers rely on hunting and salmon fishing for their survival. يعني الإنوبيت بيعتمدون على صيد السلمون على صيد السلمون علشان يكون على قيد الحياة وعلشان يعيشوا. Their prey is normally carbo fish ده نوع من أنواع الأسماك especially salmon وخصوصا إيه and whales while the men hunting بينما الناس الرجال بيروحوا hunting بيذهبون للصيد or fishing. The women either work or stay at home and make warm clothes for their family. بيقعدون في البيت ويعملوا ملابس لعائلتهم. Sharing is very important for the Inupiat and when the men catch a whale لما أي واحد فيهم يصطاد حوت each member of the community will be given some. كل واحد من المجتمع بتاعهم ياخد منه ايه جزء. Alaska is a special place. Alaska هي مكان خاص and makes visitors wish they could go back. وبتخلي الناس يتمنون انهم يرجعوا مرة ثانية. Some say it's the land of diversity. Diversity معناها اللي هو التنوع. One thing is for sure you have never seen anything like it. شيء واحد لازم تكون متأكد منه انك انت عمرك ما تشوف حاجة زي. So the last word today, or the last word in this passage, is the word community. What does the word community mean? The word community means
مجتمع
living together.
مجتمع يعني
نعم؟
مجتمع
ايه مجتمع فكرة تقول مستمعين. Community is a group of people living together. So let's move to the questions. The first question is what does Alaska offer visitors? بتعرض للزوار ايه؟ What does Alaska offer visitors? Okay, let's go to the first passage here. The first passage. Alaska, the large state of the USA, will definitely impress the traveler with the spectacular landscapes and a unique climate. But if you met the inhabitants, you would realize that Alaska offers more than just pretty views. It also gives the visitors a fascinating opportunity to meet wonderful people and a culture very different from their own. This is the answer. More than just a pretty view. Let's go to the question. What does Alaska offer visitors? It offers visitors a pretty sight, but also a fascinating opportunity to meet wonderful people and a different culture. Question number 2 is where do Inupiat people live? Where do Inupiat people live? Where do they live? Who can answer? Yusuf Al-Ajami, Mazin, who can answer this question? Guys, who can answer this question? Where do Inupiat people live? Open your book, page 54, and try to find the answer for this question. Yusuf?
in a small village.
Okay, I want another answer. I want all the students to answer this question. Where do Inupiat people live? Where do they live? Okay, let's see the answer. The answer here is they live in the north and northwestern. Okay, the north and okay. Let me stop the recording.